here we are going through 4 types of LCA: cradle to grave, cradle to gate, cradle to cradle, and gate to gate. Okay. So we have seen the first picture, product lifecycle model. Okay, in the center. Now what we can see, cradle to grave. And cradle to grave is what? Cradle means birth, from where we say like it's a raw material extractions, or from where we raw material taken from supplier operation. Okay, that's the first stage. So all stages are starting from first. So cradle is nothing but the raw material. Grave is nothing but the disposal, end of life. Grave is the end. You can fix in your mind now. The whole circle when came to end of life, fifth stage, it's cradle to grave. That is shows in the picture. In the topmost, you can see that's a cradle to cradle. So don't go with that. We will going to understand in more detail. Second is cradle to gate. Okay, cradle to gates means raw material to manufacturing. Okay, that's a very small one. And third one is a cradle to cradle, means birth to birth again. Okay, this is more interesting. And gate to gate, last one is a gate to gate. So that is inside your manufacturing facility. Okay, so there were no any involvement of raw material extraction or supply stage or any consumer use, right? So now let's understand about the cradle to grave. Cradle to grave, what we have learned throughout the 5 stages are cradle to grave. Okay, so I'm not repeating over here, but I would help you to understand where we are using this one. Cradle to grave mainly used for full LCA or detailed LCA. Okay, or sometimes we say like a comprehensive LCA. So whenever anyone says about full LCA or detailed LCA, those are the same name. Okay, nomenclature is different, but the meaning is same. So that time we use for cradle to grave approach or the type. This also used for EPD development, environment product declarations. This is the right approach for EPD that I personally feel, because all the information about your product, their processes, their ingredient recipes, and your organizations, everything is involved in this type. So we recommend that whenever you go for EPD, you can ask or deliver cradle to grave approach. Okay, so that you can see, you can identify more hotspots to improve your processes, to improve your raw material selections. Okay, there are a lot of opportunity from LCA which we can see. This cradle to gate is from raw material supplier operation to manufacturing only. So whatever raw material we are getting it supplied and transportation involved, and then whatever the energy and resources we are using to make that raw material into finished product. That's it. So whatever the emission getting generated during this cradle to gate, means supplier operation to manufacturing stage, that is we are going to consider into cradle to gate. So where we are using, so these are mainly used for product LCA, where you just wanted to see your own product, carbon footprints for your internal purpose only. If you are you want to deliver any product carbon footprints to your customer, if they are asking, if your customer is asking for the EPD and you do not have that much amount of time, but they are very in a hurry and they wanted cradle to gate, if they wanted, okay. Otherwise, I already recommended that it should be goes for the cradle to grave. But if they are okay and giving a documented like we are okay with cradle to gate approach and deliver us the EPD, so that's also work, right? So that is cradle to gate. Now here is a cradle to cradle. So again, cradle to gate, cradle to grave, the whole life cycle, and after life cycle, end of the life, again, if we are capable to reuse that material or remanufacture that material or the component or repair in such a way that we can have the finished product once again, that is cradle to cradle. Okay, so now you understood. If that the finished product like a shower head, if that shower head went to where end of life in the landfill, instead of going into landfill and incineration, all components material we identified and we use in such a way that they can be recycled. So that's means organization can make the policy or the program so that they can collect from steel or recyclable unit and make their product again. Okay, so then we can say it is cradle to cradle, right? In this, we can also identify, we can utilize how we are efficiently using our renewable sources during our production and the processes, as well as water quality, which should be remain high during water use. Okay, and how much amount of water we are utilizing, because that's a resource. So material which we talk about the energy, that's the electricity. If we use the renewable energy, and water, that's a resource. So this would be the cradle to cradle types. In this gate to gate, normally customer wanted to understand whatever the raw material they are getting it supplied or they are buying from the supplier. Okay, so what are their carbon footprints? Now, for assume you are manufacturer of shower head and your customer who is assembling all the shower heads, tubes, everything, and making a one bathroom, okay, with all designs. So that is your customer. Now you are just manufacturing shower head. So they will ask you about your carbon footprint for your specific product, PCF, product carbon footprint. In such a scenario, you can use these types, gate to gate. This is also help in-house for the manufacturing facility to identify your processes where you can reduce your carbon footprints, carbon emissions, as well as the material what you are buying. Okay, as well as if there are any processes can be upgraded or what kind of processes can make it more efficient. We can even see the predictive maintenance. I'm mentioning over here predictive maintenance, not the preventive. Predictive maintenance means during a gate to gate, if your organization already having the monitoring system for each and every equipment, let's assume there are 5 compressors being used in your manufacturing facility. All are those from same supplier or the make. Okay, and you find 4 of them are giving a higher efficiency and one is giving a very lower efficiency. What does it mean? The one is consuming higher electricity to function that to provide that amount of CFH. Okay, so once you identified those, what you would do, either you will repair those or service those in such a way that it will give the same efficiency as rest of 4. Otherwise you will replace it, right? So those kind of predictive maintenance also you can do. If you predict those in an earlier stage that okay, this efficiency is not good, it might be chances of during its functions, it maybe there are frictions or wear and tear in the running parts inside. Maybe bearings are not working well, so those are going into bigger damage, higher damage. Okay, not just only the equipment, it could be a emergency situation for safety, right? So then in such a scenario, we have to think for the gate to gate if we want to identify the hotspots.